Hello everyone. So you know that we are continuing with our fourth chapter, the Treasure Within, and we had completed almost half of the comprehension, and this is going to be the concluded video of this chapter. We are going to finish the chapter in this video, and I have told you that in second comprehension it was given that how Hafiz contractor had came into that field, into the architect's field, how his cousins and his husbands actually supported him, and how he got admission in architects college, who was the classmate. I have told you, we discussed in the live class also. And now we are continuing with the page number 30, and the conversation is going on between Bela Raja and Hafiz contractor, and Bela Raja is asking still about his studies, that he is a successful architect, but still he was not good in studying, as Hafiz contractor had told him. So he is asking that, what do you think, what was the reason behind your failure in study? Was it because you felt you could not cope? Could you deal with the curriculum? And he's further asking that, was it something like that, that he was not able to cope up with the curriculum or the syllabus? So what is the actually reply of his contractor? That he was good in languages, not good, but bad in languages actually. And this was the weakest point of Hafiz contractor. He was not able to understand the language. If you will not understand the language in the book, so definitely it will happen that you will not understand the concept. And then further he is saying that science and geography he was just reading for the sake of study only, that he has to give exams. So he was not much good in science and geography. He was not interested in these subjects. Further he is saying that he was studying just for the sake of study, because his mother asked him to do the graduation. That's it. Otherwise no proper aim was there after his study and all. And further he said that what the teachers taught him today, he would forget that within 2 days. He was not good actually in remembering the concepts. He was saying, my teacher have told me something, they have taught me something, and I used to forget that within 1 and 2 days. So I would not bother, because there was no application of mind there to begin with. He couldn't apply his mind in that field, in the science field, in the language field. So he was saying that I did not bother about those things much. Next question of Bela Raja. Did you think that what they taught in school was boring, or did not feel that once you understood the concept of what was being taught, you lost interest in the rest of the lesson? And here actually Bela Raja is treating Hafiz contractor as a very bad student, as a poor learner. So he is asking that, do you think, is that the case, that whatever was taught into your school, you were not getting the concept of that, and that's why you are losing your interest in that concept, and you are not trying to learn that? Is that the case? So he is saying, living in a boarding school is difficult. We were just living from day to day. Nowadays there are so many tests. Back then, whenever we had tests, we used to just copy. The teacher thought that we had done our work, and he is just sharing his own experience, that he was living in the boarding school, and there actually life is totally different as compared to the normal students who used to go to school daily. In boarding schools, they have to take the responsibilities of themselves on a much bigger level. They have to do every kind of work there at their own. They have to study at their own level. No one is there to interrupt you for studies actually. So you have to do everything yourself. You'll have to keep your mind in study. So he's saying that that's why living in boarding school is actually difficult, and I was not able to cope up with that decorum. So that is the reason. Next question. There is the contention that giftedness and learning disabilities go hand in hand. Do you think this applies to you? So again, the next question is there, that every child used to be gifted, and it's not necessary that he will equally good in studies. So here they are asking that it's a contention. Okay, it's a thought only that giftedness and learning disability in learning go hand in hand. And is that the case with you also? So yes, it was the case with Hafiz contractor. Actually, he was not good in studies, he was not good in learning, there are many disabilities in learning, but still he was gifted. He was gifted in the field of architectures, in drawings, making drawings and all. Well, take some students from my class. Those who always stood first or second are today doing very ordinary job. So actually he is giving the reply very inaccurate way. He's just giving the examples from his life of his contractor, and he's just clarifying the doubts of the interviewer. He's saying that many of the students were there in my class who were actually good in studies, but they are doing very ordinary jobs nowadays. I was not good in studies, I was not a good student, but I am a successful person. So yes, this happened that giftedness and learning disabilities go along. They go hand in hand. Next question. I have come across this situation in so many different places where people tell me that their class toppers are doing very ordinary today. So have you seen Three Idiots? So many of the students were there in Three Idiots. You have seen one character was there. Amir Khan character is there actually, in that he was not actually a good student, not a disciplined student, but he was very good in practicals. So he got success. He was a very good scientist at last. But a student was there who was actually doing well in studies during the college time, but he was still doing someone's jobs. So it's not important that if you are actually good in studies, so you will get success, and you are not doing good in studies, so you will be a failure in future. So your future just depends on your giftedness, in which field you are good actually. So next question is there. In school, I think living our lives there made us street smart. I have learned more by doing what I did on my own than what academics would have taught me. So he is readily accepting that whatever I have achieved in my life, it is just based on what I have done practically in my life. It's not actually depending on academics. It's not depending on my study I have done in my school. So yes, whatever practical things I have done, I have achieved success in that only. So next question. That is because the personality and skills were there. You were able to find expressions in a manner you were comfortable with, and you defied every rule so that nobody would stop you from doing what you needed to do. So in a long question, he has a very small actually concepts. Bela Raja is asking that you want to say that you were actually not a person who could be forced. That people are saying that you should go here, you should study and you will do good in that. Means you wanted to say that whatever practical work you had done, you got success in that. Is that right? So Hafiz contractor is saying, I was more interested in other things. If while in class it started raining outside, I would think of the flowing water and how to build a dam to block it. So see what a actually imagination of a child can go on. So he is saying that my lecture used to go on in the class, but if raining outside, I used to watch the rain from the window, and I used to just try then how should I make a dam over the water so that it should stop the flow of the water. So such kinds of practical things used to go in his mind. In his classroom he was not studying, but he was continuously busy in his own thoughts. Further he said, I would be thinking about the flow of water and the dam. That was my interest for the day. When students lost a button while playing or fighting, this actually questions you will get in your text, so just listen that carefully. They would come running to me, the students who used to just lost the button of the shirts, and I would cut a button from them from chalk using a blade. And discipline in the school was very important, so no student could afford to have a button missing, and the student would get past dinner with a full neat uniform, and after that it did not matter. So he is saying that he used to help the students who used to just lost the button of their shirts, and it was not at all allowed in the school by roaming here and there without the buttons on the shirts. So how he used to help them? He used to make the buttons with the help of chalk only, by cutting the chalks with the help of blade. So these all incidents are showing that how practical he was and what a sharp mind he was having, that he was able to actually solve each kind of problem by just taking the help of the available things nearby. Further, the last question is asking, coming to the present. He is saying, now we are talking about the present conditions. You are a successful architecture now. How do you decide as to what kind of structure you want to give a client? Client here, the persons who used to come to Hafiz Contractor for making the drawings of their house, their buildings and all. Then what kind of a structure you want to provide them? He is saying, I look at the client's face, his clothes. So psychology is also worked there. The way he talks and pronounces, the way he eats, and I would know what his taste would be like. I can relate to people in a way that would be comfortable. I sketch very spontaneously on a paper, on a spot. That paper I give to my people in the office. And Hafiz Contractor is saying it's not about only what the client wants actually, what he's speaking, but I have to understand the client through his appearance, through his talkings, through the language of the client, and through the food he eats. And why he used to observe that? So that he should come to know about the taste of the clients, that in which kinds of structures he is interested more. So you do it instinctively. Instinctively means naturally you come to know about it. Your instincts tell you about it, that what a clients tell you, that you are a good reader, that much. So he is saying that you do it instinctively. So Hafiz Contractor actually is not sure about whether it's an instinct or it's an arithmetic only. So he is replying, you can call it instinct or call it arithmetic, whatever. I don't know about it. Now it comes to me like mathematics. Putting designs, construction, psychology and sociology together and making a sketch from all that is mathematics. So you know that he was not good in mathematics. But this very interest of Hafiz Contractor, this designing the plots and all, these are the actual mathematics for Hafiz Contractor. So he is replying that you can call it anything. Whether you can call it my instinct, you can call it arithmetic, but my all subjects actually goes in this only. I can call it mathematics. How I can call it mathematics? Because I can put my designs at my own. I have that mind that I can continue with this, and I can just construct anything in my imagination only. I can go with the psychology also of the client, and I can go with the sociology also. And he's saying by gathering all these things, by gathering all these concepts into my mind, I am able to build any of the concepts. So this was the interview of Hafiz Contractor students, and we come to know about it. And yes, you will complete the second comprehension also regarding this. First I had already given into the homework, and one more thing which you have to do, you will have to write the character sketch of Hafiz Contractor on the basis of the given interview. So this will remain your homework. Okay, so I'm ending this session here. Thank you so much, and complete this chapter.